longest warranties. Schedule your free inspection now.
Okay, we are very honored this morning to welcome Richard Hearn to the show. Richard is here from Ireland via New York, really via the great friendship that you were able to form with Father Ed Bacon at St. Paul's Episcopal Church. So welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
I'm going to stumble a little bit as I introduce Richard because he is this really world-renowned artist who we are very lucky to have here for the weekend only. You're doing a selling exhibition at St. Paul's. Do I have that right?
That's correct, yeah. Ed Bacon, Reverend Bacon invited me to come, and I was delighted to come and see him again. It's been nearly 9 years since we were together last in Pasadena in California. So to have the opportunity to come to Tennessee, my wife Boo and I were delighted, and we said we'd come along.
So this is most unusual for him to be able to be here and have as many pieces for you to purchase as he does. There are 16 in total that will be at St. Paul's. Tonight you're doing kind of a lecture, if you will, right, at 5 o'clock.
Yeah, there's an opening tonight, and I think Ed and myself might be in conversation together, and we'll be able to talk about my work and just creativity and my practice in general.
So I want to talk then about the work because you're permanently on exhibit in London and in Milan.
That's correct.
So we're very lucky to have you here with us in Chattanooga this weekend. But you cannot go to Ireland and not be inspired by all of the landscape. But there is an area particularly called the Burren, and that calls to you very strongly.
That's right. You've really done your research. That's where I live, actually. I live in a UNESCO World Heritage landscape in the north of County Clare. It's actually the musical capital, and Ireland has a really strong oral and musical tradition, but also we have a visual arts tradition that dates back to the 7th century, where we really reached a pinnacle in illuminated manuscripts, kind of holy manuscripts that the monks made. And the valley that I live in actually was inhabited by 2,000 monks back in the 11th century. So there's a great sense of history where I live, and also geological history, because it's one of two karst limestone landscapes. It's actually an old sea floor.
Really?
Yes, it's
So the rock that we see was once the
a seabed, yeah.
Interesting. So, okay, so as all artists will, I guess, your work has evolved, and how you begin, you've kind of meshed into now this new form that you most enjoy. So the work you're going to have here for us this weekend is abstract, right? But you still see the landscape influence?
That's right, that's correct, yeah. It's semi-abstract. My background actually is in kind of classical painting and figurative painting, and I used to make, you know, still life and landscape paintings. I was really interested in all the different genres of painting, and I wanted to learn how these pieces were made and how they communicated something so powerful to me through space and time. So I delved into different genres of painting as I was growing up. But now I've kind of amalgamated all that, and I've found my own way to express kind of a primordial motif through my work.
So when you think of, I think of classic painting, I think about the power of light.
Sure.
In abstract painting, do you still bring in that power of light?
Oh, that's a great question, actually. And I'd have to think about it in terms of what I'm making at the moment, Julie. But I think light is definitely prevalent because it creates a sense of space within the painting.
Even if it's perceived light?
Even if it's perceived light, exactly, yeah. No, it's there. Light is always present. I think when I was making my still life painting, what I realized was that I was observing light fall over the objects. It wasn't that I was painting objects, I was painting the light falling over the objects, which is really amazing.
So the works that you'll have, the 16,
yes.
If we're lucky enough to come and meet with you tonight at 5 o'clock, I only have a minute left, but do you talk a little bit about the inspirations or what you were feeling at the time?
I will, absolutely. And then I'll talk more generally about how I approach the canvas and the sort of energy that I bring and that I hope I impart on the canvas itself.
Do some pieces just come to you quickly and they're finished in a hurry and others linger?
They are gold dust. Now, they don't happen all the time. Some pieces are hard fought, but when they resolve, there's something very beautiful about them.
I wish we had a pint.
Yes,
We
same.
could have a much longer conversation.
Sláinte, we could say.
Sláinte.
Cheers, yeah.
I have a sweatshirt that says Sláinte.
Sláinte.
Okay, here's where you can go and see him. He'll be at St. Paul's just for the weekend. The Weathering is what you call this particular exhibit.
That's
is that
correct,
Go have a chance to see him at the Exum Gallery at St. Paul's Episcopal Church. And his website is just your name, right?
That's right, richardhearns.com.
Great to talk to you.
Thank you very much.
West Yellowknife, over 40,000 square feet packed with over $1 million in inventory. Tools to tiles, we've got it all at prices lower than Lowe's and more cheapo than the Depot. Check out our selection of LVP flooring starting at just $1 per square foot. Why pay more?